Hello, my name is Darcy and I have a problem. I have too much paper. Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. Anybody else buy digitals, print digitals, and then they sit there because you can't use them fast enough, and so then you just get tons and tons of digitals, or you make digitals so you have like extras of all the test prints that you made and whatnot. What do you do with all those when you don't necessarily want to make a million journals in one day? I don't know. I'm just gonna play with them and see what happens. I did do some things yesterday. Started kind of putting together some digitals as ephemera that can go into a journal eventually. So these are gusset pockets, so you glue here, here, and here, and then go into a journal. These are all coordinated with they get the colorful background papers, and then the front papers are all by one, if I could think of the name of, ePapery is what she used to be. I don't know what she's called now. I think she's back to ePapery again. So, you know, so get those in the front with, I think this is Artie Mays in the background. Because you can't just give away the digitals by other people. You have to make something with them first. So, I'm just going to make a whole bunch of paper just using the digitals. And maybe, not just, I may throw in some painty papers too, because that's also something I have a lot of. I'm just going to try to do some mass making and make some things, because that's apparently what I'm doing today. All right, so I have all these are all pockets. These are all pockets, and then I've got a couple envelope, you know, these kind of pockets here, like this, you know, just these little pockets using Gail Gustinelli's papers, which kind of go with that. And I also probably need some tags too. Ooh, that's too big for that. What about, and my son's home, so ooh, that's got the right green in there for that. That might actually kind of work. Let's see, I'm going to do like I sometimes do and do a little rip and so I'm just gonna play and see what happens with all these papers that I've got in here. I'm gonna put some to the side and forget that they're there probably. Yeah, gel plate prints, painty papers, ink papers, digital papers. I have them all. And I also had just started gluing some on index card yesterday off camera, you know, just by myself. I was looking for scissors. And then I went upstairs and was kind of playing with the other things that you see there. So I'm fussy cutting out that bit and then ripping this other bit. I still want some of these roses with that green to show up above. So this is one way I get around doing like easy fussy cutting. If there's something in the background, which is why a lot of times in things that I make, you will see you know, there'll be a background just to make it an easy fussy cut. See, and now it's all layered and cute and still shows some of the background there. That works for me. Easy peasy. This is a gel plate print. It was not on heavy enough paper, so all I did was glue it on to index card, cut the top. I don't think I inked it yet. I will also ink it, because why not? Inking is optional. I just like that framed look. I may cut off the bottom of this a little bit because the paper did not go all the way down, and I tend to glue on the side with the writing, so I mean not the writing, the lines, so you could see the lines, and I don't want to see the lines, so there's that. My hands were hurting a lot today, so did I not bring my glue downstairs? I brought this glue. No, I didn't. Why would I? So you didn't see these ahead of time, but these I cut out of journal pages. So this is one way that you can use journal pages to make other things. Like this can be a pocket on something as well. It could even be a pocket on the front of a tag even, maybe. Where's all those tags I made yesterday? I have a bunch of them in here. What's this? Oh yeah, that's cool. That's something I bought from PM Artist Studio. Oh, that might be kind of cool on here. So this is just a gel print, kind of a journal card. That's what that is. And that would be something I could put the pocket on, or I could just keep the pocket for in a journal somewhere. I just kind of, you know, did the little gusset pocket on the sides and just cut the top. Some people, I probably could back it to make it a little stronger. We'll see. I don't know. That's a future thing, which I may or may not do. But I could even put this in the pocket. It's a little bit wide for it, but that's okay. Or I could even just decorate the bottom of the pocket with it. I wouldn't even have to add it as a pocket. It would just add something to that. Anyway, all right, so that's squirrel. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. Okay, so that, I was thinking of adding a little strip of this, like if it, you know, like you would washi tape, except for, I don't know where my washi tape is right now, so there's that. I think I do just want it straight. And I just like this for the color more than anything. So if I don't get the... So I was thinking, could just use it like washi tape coming in here. It's just kind of grungy looking. And it won't... Of course, it's not washi tape. It's not see-through like washi tape. It's just... And I might find a word to put on there later. It's a little too long at the moment. But for now, I'm just going to glue it. Do I want it? I think I want it down there. It grounds it, and then I'm going to have more space up here. No, I'm going to put, because I'll probably use the European hole punch up there as soon as I find it. Of course I can't find it. You know I can never find stuff. So... And I'm, you know, come through and you can put a word on there, like butterfly, beauty, nature, whatever. Any kind of word you like. Oh, I got some words. I'll grab a word. I have these words, which are on PM Artist Studio. They are by Carrie, the crafter. Carrie Griffiths, a.k.a. Carrie the crafter. Crafter. Oh, my word. Words are hard. But I think I might just do this little... notes right here. I know it's very white, but that's okay. We can fix that. But I just want like a little short word, a little smaller than the paper that's in there. You can use scissors, you can use your whatever. There we go. That'll be cute. And oh my word, can't pick things up. Why? I don't know. And then you just ink it up so it doesn't look all white and fresh and new, if you want to, or you can keep it white. It really doesn't matter. I always like notice afterwards, like when I'm watching it back, and I'm like, we don't need to see that stuff on the back of the desk or the front of the desk. I don't know, that part of the desk. Whoops. There we go. And I'll do a hole punch in the top when I can find it. Whether you use a badge punch or a European hole punch. I have a bunch of these I'm going to punch as soon as I can find that stupid punch. And then this could go in any of these pockets because, you know, they're all from the same kit, so they should all work. I don't like it with that green. So they should, ideally they should all work together. Will they? I don't know. There we go. All right, just stick that in there. Where's the bird? I think the bird would look really cute with this as a background. I'm just saying. Just need. We have the dark part over here. I'm gonna get a ripped edge on each side. This ruler is just. Oh, and I could probably move this pile off my desk to make life easier for me. Let's see, this was going to be, oh, it could still be a pocket. I've been making a lot of these full page pockets for some reason. And then I'm like, oh, I probably should make some tags to go into these pockets. I will. For now, I think this is just going to be more of a pocket kind of a deal. Alright, so I'm folding the top to reinforce that. I made this too narrow to do the gussets on the inside. That's alright. It'll be a belly band instead, maybe. Alright, so it could be like a full belly band, you know what I mean? Like, so you would glue this part and this part to the page, and then you'd be able to put something in there all the way from the top to the bottom. And then I'm going to put this on as a pocket because I can. So I'm just going to go down the side here, across the bottom here, get all this extra stuff down here, and go straight down here, get all this extra stuff on the outside. Okay, and also glue down this part here. If I remember to do that, that'd be great. Do it out of order because that's fun. It's not. Makes it more difficult, but you know. Sometimes things, nope, sorry, I wanted to go this way. I'll tell you in a second why. I don't know why, because there's like more dark color over here, so I wanted this dark color over there to balance it, I guess is why. So now there's a pocket on the front and it can be a belly band. All these papers are nice and coordinated. I'm just going to stick them in here. Ooh, and also we'll stick a couple of these here. These maybe? Are those what we want? Just to have some plain pieces to put in to the, and they're all coordinating, which is nice. Didn't ink that one, but that's okay. And also here, because these will just be ephemera that gets in the shop, because I can't make this many journals. I can make ephemera and I can make journals. Doing them all together just seems too much for my brain. I don't know why. It just does. Alright, and so like a small piece like this, I'd want it to go this way regardless. I don't suppose this is wide enough. No, it's not. Oh, but make a pocket for this. Oh, we could just go this way. Okay, I'm gonna fold this over up here, and this up here, and give myself plenty of room over here. Alright, I was going to move this stuff, wasn't I? Here's an example of the pages I was using, because I don't love this border, so I was just, you know, using the middle pieces to make stuff. Alright, that didn't help. There's still like all this stuff on my table. Whatever. It's fine, everything's fine. I was playing with Splatter. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't watched Louisa and her Q&A on the splatters, you need to go do that, because there's a secret to getting this. It's not a big secret, but that happened when I tried it the way she said. This is this mop brush. I actually got several of those. I got some empty ones to fill and try, but I can't quite get it thin enough to get that big of a splatter. And they're hard to open, so you know, they are what they are now. But they're called mop brushes, M-O-P. This one was, I could only find it in black. Bright Thumb acrylic squeeze marker. And then the other ones, I can't remember. I'll have to link them below, but you don't need those. All you need is a little dauber and the inks. The Distress inks works just fine. Alright, so I'm folding this in like this time. Give it a little gusset. Usually I do it the other way around, but did I make sure this was wide enough? I don't know. Where'd the piece go that I was putting in here? I know not. I know you're probably wondering, why in the world does she have that many digitals? Well, in my brain, I was gonna cut them all up and make master boards. But there's only so many master boards a person can make in their lifetime. And so much glue in the world. I'm just saying, you know. Oh my word, where did that... Oh. I'm about to lose my ever-loving mind. Oh, well, I just, for size-wise, I just want to make sure this is going to fit. It's too big. Okay. But the piece I had to go in here has disappeared. All right. Alright, now we have about the right size. I might come up a little bit on this just because if it's too tight, it's just harder to do something with. So yeah, these little gusset pockets are like super easy. It's easier even if you can see where the line is that you folded it on. There we go. Angle, angle, angle. My son's home. He's off work today. And then you could just take one of these off, or if you keep them in there like that, you could fit even more stuff in the pocket, I think. It's right here in front of my face, the glue that I was looking for. So you just glue that side and then you glue that on, and you get a nice big gusset pocket. Nice big pocket in there to be able to fit stuff in. Nice wide, you know. Is it perfect? No, because I didn't glue it on there very well, or make sure that it was even and whatnot. So it's not perfect. It doesn't, we're embracing imperfect. We just put that to the back. There you go. And this can be on the front. And then also, we can give it a little notch. Of course, part of the reason I did it on the back is, oh good, that's helpful. I have to re-glue this, but that's okay. Makes my life easier at the moment. Your notches can be whatever size you want them to be. Just saying. But that's why I did that, folded out over in the back as well, so that we wouldn't have a big white spot in the back. It wouldn't just be white and plain and boring. It's more of the design. But now we'll ink it. You don't have to ink with brown. You ink with the color you like. If you want to ink with like a color, you can ink with darker blue even if you wanted to. Do you, boo. Do whatever it is you like to do. Alright, and then I'll put in this pocket the other tag that I had a little bit. Oh, this tag will work too. There we go. See? Now pocket with a tag. There's nothing on the tag, but that's okay. Oh. Why does that feel... Oh, because I spilled something on my desk yesterday. It still feels damp though. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Alright. I think I've seen this on Amazon. I don't know what you'd call it. This was from Stampin' Up. It's nice and heavy duty, but they've discontinued it. But it's the corner punch I like the best because it gives the biggest corner punch, the biggest corner thingamabob. All right. So I have all these things I made yesterday. Should we just... Oh, look at that. There's another one. Whoops, that's not what I want. You don't have to flip it when you're just doing that. Oh well. At least I got the, didn't go through both layers. That was weird. I don't know why not. So, yeah, we're just playing with me today and see where the squirrels lead me. I mean, I'm trying to use up some digitals, but I think I did that yesterday. I might be tired of it now, but that's okay. Also, I'm in a different space than I was yesterday, so that makes a little bit of a difference. I'm getting distracted. Oh, see, this needs more. Oh, that did get wet. That's actually, I don't mind that. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I had water up there and it fell and spilled on stuff. And of course, you know, digitals, when they get wet, something like that happens. This needs a little bit more paper of some sort. All right, so of course with digitals, you can totally I'm just going to make this into an envelope. I'm going to use them as journal pages. That's the easiest thing to do, and probably makes the most sense for things to do. But you can also make ephemera with them, and then you have a nice eclectic bunch of ephemera to use in your journals later on, I guess. What am I trying to say? I don't know. Maybe I should just play and then do a voiceover. I don't know. You're just playing with me in my studio today because I didn't do a video. Well, I did videos, but you'll see later in life when it comes out what happened to the video. I mean, why it's not out yet. There'll be a video coming out in the next week or so. Keep an eye out for that. Alright, I just did a little tiny fold there so I could kind of gauge where the middle is. Ish. This one sometimes pinches me. I like big, whatchamacallits. Oh, and then put a little piece of something back here. What do we want to put back there? Let's put that with the other stuff. Is that far enough? That's not, well, actually, it's not terrible. Is it far enough down to be able to, yeah, I don't love it though. All right. I just want a piece of something to stick back there. Some of this would be good. Alright, when I'm doing this boring stuff, I'm going to try to not talk so that I can just like fast forward through it. So, and just have it fast forward and you'll hear it just moving faster. So I don't have to actually put 4 times the speed every time because that gets old. You'll see on some upcoming videos how I've been doing it. But you'll know it gets faster because you'll hear as things go faster. It means that I can fit more into a video. It means I have to do a little bit of editing, but that's not the end of the world. Or is it? Alright, so yeah, that'll be pretty. That will be just fine. So yeah, my pain levels this week were not super great, which is why the video series I was working on was the priority. Ooh, I like that. Okay. And you guys are getting the leftovers today. Hey, you're lucky you're getting anything, to be honest. Alright, I'm going to angle this in a little bit just so that it doesn't poke out anywhere, because I'm going to put this on the inside here. To the edge, but not so close to the edge that it's gonna get stuck on stuff. And so now we just have a pocket. It could be a floating pocket, or you could glue it down. I don't know, because it looks fine on both sides. So just pocket, easy peasy. A little wider than I need it to be for one of these tags. A little deeper than I need it to be for one of those tags. So we'll make a special pocket for that one. Let's make a tag to go in it. Sure, why not? Ooh, that's kind of sort of the brown there. Just and need a piece of cardstock or something. Alright, got a little bit too wide. I'm going to have to take a little bit off of this side as well. And then figure out how tall I need it or want it. I think right about there should be good. A little lower so I can do the top bit as well. Which, from the way the letters go, it looks like it goes that way. And then I was thinking I might make a little folded piece in here so that there's like extra writing space. I don't know where my bone folder is. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I like decollage pieces. I don't like them to be all perfect and whatnot. It's all fine. Ooh, it's gonna have a, well, I was gonna say it's gonna have a little bit of a border, but not if it's too big now. Nope, now it's a little bit too big. Just gonna take a little bit off the edge so it will fit, because apparently measuring's not something that I'm good at today. Neither is straight. Also, let's go this direction. Nope, not straight or anything. Alright, I think I will come and fix the straightness of this in a minute. It might be a little bit more narrow than I was wanting it to be, but that's alright. We'll just use the cutter and get straighter lines. Perfect lines? No. Straighter would be nice. Also a big glob of glue, not necessary. Don't really need the big glob of glue. Good big glob of glue will do ya. My feet are starting to hurt. I just got distracted. So this is what I was doing yesterday. I was making the things, and then I was just making envelopes for them to go in. So, and then I'll send them to Cheryl. So like there'll be like a pack of 3, you know, pieces of, these are painted ephemera. And in a cute little envelope thingamabob. This one actually has a little circle that is coordinated with what's in there, and that's one of the pieces going to Cheryl's. And then here's a pocket with 3 bases that I made. So I figured this way people who don't want to make the mess but want the really cool stuff can buy it with the whole bucket at her live sales. I'm going to be mailing these off to her. This one, I actually did a pocket up here, so this is just, you know, a little notepad up there. I love these kinds of pockets. Like, I think they call them jeweler envelopes, where they have like the longer flip cover thing, bob. And then, see, I chose this paper because it coordinates so nicely with these painted tags, which was just 7x7 cardstock that I painted during a Seth After course that I took. I don't remember what we did to get this, but that's what I ended up with. And so that would be a really cool base for somebody. And for people that like to use mixed media but don't like the mess, that's the kind of stuff that they could really like. Okay, now that I've glued that on there, I'm like, you know, I really should have. Nope, there's no should. There's no should involved in art. Nope, we're not going to shit on us. Oh, we're not going to shit on ourselves. We are going to even it up a little bit. This feels pretty straight. We'll just double check that. Got it. See that? I'm not sure what was crooked, but there was definitely, oh, the glue's still wet. Okay. So now we have a somewhat straight little piece. I could decorate the back, or I could just leave it, you know. I mean, what if those letters were upside down? Would that be the end of the world? Because I kind of like it. No, it would. It would totally be the end of the world. So writing space, writing space. If you like to have a lot of writing space in your journals, that is one way that you can do it. Putting the needle back in the glue so my glue doesn't dry out. Because I don't know about you, but I hate going to use my glue and it's all dried out. Having a sip of my drink. Because I'm human and I need to be hydrated. And because Louisa says to show your drink in your videos so you're more personable. I don't remember all the reasons and what for and what not, but so let's see, we have plaid and that, and then we have like just grunge it up. Okay, so do we want to use some of this on there just to, and how do we want to do this? to make it make sense. Does it have to make sense? No, it does not have to make sense. I'm going to come in here, in case you're wondering how in the world I do the tear thing. Okay, then I cut this out to about where that tear is going to go, and then I do down here too. I don't worry about the antenna, I can't be bothered. And then also need to come, I hate doing it on this side. I don't know how Gail cuts from this side, but she does. I don't know how, but she does. So then you just kind of come in here, follow where our thing was, pull this in like that, and rip again. See, isn't that kind of cute? Are we using it on this? We might. We also might want something else behind that. Like what? Too bad we used, oh, did we use that whole piece of, oh, this is interesting here. So this gel plate print here is a piece of the original from the very first digital that I made, which is like autumnal animals or something like that. So that's kind of like a special piece. I think I still need something else to layer on there. Maybe some book page. I don't need. I want something else. I want you to, and I want to grunge it up a little bit because, you know, grunge it up. If you like grunge, then doing these extra steps of inking and splattering and whatnot is totally worth the extra steps. Speaking of splattering, I probably won't do any splattering on these. I will be doing some more splattering. See, I like that on that side. But the butterflies stand out more against the darker background. I want you to want me, honey. Oh, here's something else we could do with scraps. This was, EB gave this to me. I don't know if she made it or if this was one of the things that Lizzie McGuire sent to her, but they both have made them at some point. EB is not online. She doesn't do videos. She doesn't do Instagram or anything like that, but she's super sweet that I got to meet when I was on my way up to Massachusetts. Stopped and met her. What was this, last summer? No, it was this year. It was like February, whenever I went up to Massachusetts the last time. It feels like forever ago because that was like right at the beginning of where I was starting to have all the pain. Nope, I don't like that on there. What if I put this here instead of on the card, on the thing? I might do that. I mean, I could still do a little bit of book page back there, maybe. Maybe. I mean, that Coke. What's Coke? What is this Coke? What is this Lord Bacon in Coke? What is that, somebody's name? I keep saying the word Coke all throughout this book. The bacon, the Lord Bacon, or whatever, bacon. That's what that book. I know. I had stuff on the other side, but I didn't love it. So, and I can make more. I can always make more. Just so you know, it's really hard, and I might leave that plain so whoever gets it, they can decide how they want to decorate that. Cover on the glue, cover on the ink, unless you want to make a mess. Do you want to make a mess? No. Alright, this is really cool. It needs a pocket all its own, or an envelope for it to go in, to go into a journal somewhere someday. but it's so pretty. Actually, it would make a really cool pocket on a page. It was just in my line of sight. It was, well, it was in it with all the papers, so it counts as something, right? It's just gonna, it's a journal card all on its own. I don't want to do anything to it. I don't know what kind of, it's gonna go in a grungy journal. It's just going up there with the stuff. Ooh. This, I cleaned off the gel plate the other day. And this is what I got. Yep, I'm throwing that away. Don't come at me. And I think I want the words at the top is the problem. Just gonna come in with that, I think. Kind of fill in some of those white blank spots in the middle of this. Because why not? I told you, I'm all over the place. You can't tie me down today. That's just not a possibility. Not gonna happen. Maybe. Ow, ow, ow. A little bit down here. Should we do a third place? Like a little bit coming in right there? Maybe? Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Let's get this a second. I like these big words on here. If you have a question about anything in the video, like where I got certain papers, you're gonna have to put the timestamp. You just look at the time where it was happening, and then just do that. Like if it's at 45 minutes, you put :45, and that will tell me where in the video you want me to look, so that I can potentially tell you where it came from, because most of these all came from Etsy, so I can look that up for you. Alright, so like when you got a piece of gel print that just didn't have a lot going on, like it's got some really cool stuff, but it's also got like a lot of blank pieces, you can just do that. And then you need to back it with something. You can just grab one of your handy dandy index cards, and I'll just glue it on there and cut off whatever there is excess, whatever excess there is. Yeah. I'm not crazy. My mother never had me tested, so there's no proof that I am or am not. Alright, that is, let's have at least straight on one side. Alright, once that is dry, I will cut off the other pieces. Do I like this for it? There is a little, it's kind of orangey. You know what? Sure. We will make a pocket out of this. Okay, folding over the top so we have some reinforcement. And then I'm going to come down a little bit lower on this side. Okay, so that when I do a divot in here, that's still going to show. That's the easiest way to back the back, but you don't have to use the same paper. You can do whatever. And I'm just going to make it a little. So this one I'll cut off one of the sides, and I might just go ahead and. Alright, so what's my front and what's my back? This is the front and this is the back. So I'm going to cut off See where my, oh my goodness, that's gotta drive you guys crazy too. This is the front, so I'm cutting off the back piece here. I want longer scissors. Where's my grandpa's scissors? They're under this. They're in here somewhere, under the pile of things. Kind of cut to the inside of that fold line, because this is well, it's gonna cover, well, not too much, because yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know how this got so crooked in the end. It's straight, but right, I don't know how that got so messed up in the end. Well, I didn't cut it on the fold line very well for one, so there's that. Look, I was on the wrong side of that fold line. That's what happened there. Because otherwise you're going to get all caught up on the paper when you try to fold this over. That's why you want to make sure. I'm going to take out some of this bulk here too, because I folded that. You know, if you could cut that off before you fold it over, you'd have even less bulk, but I didn't, so I don't. It's not totally glued down, so I could just cut it off now. There we go. Little scraps everywhere. All the little scraps. Okay, it's plaid, so you kind of need to make sure things are straight-ish. Would be good. Would be good. Sorry, I'm not teaching you anything today. I'm not really a teaching person. I'm more of a, look at, here's what I'm doing. If you want to try to do it, you can too. I mean, occasionally I just teach some things, but for the most part, it's just, this is what I'm doing right now. Come hang out. Come. Come and see. And you'll be. If I sped that up, then you heard that really fast song, because I was not quiet. You know, if I even speed it up, maybe I will be too lazy. Now you're probably wondering, what would I put on there? Well, I might not put anything on there, because, you know, it's really interesting. Although something may bring it together, like a grungy flower of some sort. Or, let's see. What do we have in our homemade stuff? You know, I don't hate that. And it's grungy too, because it got paint on there somehow, so we're not going to worry about it. It's been cut out. I'm not going to give up on something just because. But I think I'm going to put it here. Yep, that's where it's going. Gluing it on, gluing it on. Making your own focal points is fun. Cutting them out, not so much. I might have to figure out how to, well, I probably can cut them on my Cricut, some of these things. Maybe put some of them in the shop, I don't know. Alright, see, there we go. And got a little pocket for it to get stuck on. I was thinking it'd be a pocket for it to go into, but no, it wants to get stuck on there. Needle, 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 needle. Need a song for put the needle in the. There we go. I mean, why just do a tag when you can do a tag and a pocket? That pocket is not very grungy. What can we do to grunge it up and make them? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I was gonna put a little. About halfway, middle is the word I'm trying to say, because if you do this, then more of the tag will show. We like that. No. Glue, why do you hate me? Okay, so some of the paper that we put on the tag we might also be able to use on especially this part that has this W kind of a thing happening here. Could go this way. Sure, why not that way? I just wanted some of that, to bring some of that into the front here. For no reason other than just because. To make it a little more cohesive, that would be the reason. See? So now you have that color and that color there. Cohesiveness is nice, not necessary, because random and eclectic is also fun for some of us. And that has like black. You know what I might do? I just bought myself some toys. Where, of course they're not here. Why would they be easily findable on my desk? Because I just bought them. I just bought them. They should be here. Do I dare pause? Here's the problem with pausing. Sometimes I hit the off button instead of pause, and I don't. I'm so afraid that will happen right now, which means I'd probably be more careful for it not to happen. But I just bought like the script stamp everybody uses. Ooh, eye drops. Eye drops. Ow! Fell. I am gonna pause and look for the stamps I'm looking for, and put eye drops in my eyeballs. If you don't have the thumb pot pressure like I don't, then using eye drops is really hard. So I have to do them like this. But then if like this finger's hurting or this finger's hurting, it makes it even harder. And also I missed half my eyeballs. And also I didn't find the other stamps, but I found this stamp, which is going to work even better for what I want to do here, because it's more in keeping with what I've got going on there. And let's see, those are black words. Black, we got black. Use black. This is from PM Artist Studio, so even better if I use that one. I think I just want it on the front, so I'm just gonna kind of stick that back there. Well, the reason is because if it goes over the piece, it's probably gonna do a weird thing, and I don't want it to do a weird thing. But I didn't go near there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I might do a little bit there. Alright, should we do that a little bit on this too? My eyes are weird. My eyes are being weird. My eyes are being... I think this one was designed by Yolande. Y-O-L-A-N-D-E. See, it's the E at the end makes me think that it should be Yolande. There we go. It's got like O-O-1-1-1. It's like, you know, and then it's got the big circle-y things on there. It's really kind of cool. It's nice and grungy. Oh, hold on. Maybe you can see it better if I do this. See? Isn't that cool? It's really great. If you like grunge, you probably want to get that stamp. Alright. Now, we've taken a digital and just plain digital and done something with it. Okay, what's next? What are we doing? What are we doing next? We're just grabbing... What's the next... Well, we've got some non-digitals in there. I mean, that's fine. See, we have a bunch of these. I'm not crazy about her, so she will not get used on anything for me. She's just not my cup of tea. I do like all this mark making and whatnot on here. I want to make some papers like this. I like the colors too. That's what drew me to this kit, is the colors. She's going bye-bye. I don't like her. So, you know, there's that. So I'm going to... I think I'm going to take this piece here and glue it. I'm gonna make some tags. I'm gonna make some pockets. I'm gonna do all the things. I'm gonna be all over the place. That's just what I'm gonna do. Just super random. Okay. And this here. I like using the index cards. They're a nice size for a tag. You end up with what, 3.5 by 5. which is a nice size for a regular, you know, tag. Doesn't have to be huge. I was looking for something to burnish that down, basically. Once you get it glued down, it's probably better to do it this way. Because when you try to pull it up from the base, then you end up with, that's how you end up tearing stuff. So what I want to do here is from the same page, but do this, which gives it a different look than the original. And I might add some do you want to add some of that with or without the leaf? Maybe just like that, just without the leaf. I don't want the leaf. I just want some book page back there. That's all she wrote. Just a little bit of book page peeking out from here. Lord Bacon. There we go. And glue in the sun. Doesn't matter that that corner is showing, because it's getting covered with this piece here. That's how you take a digital and make it more catered to whatever you're doing. Alright, that needs to dry, and then I can cut off the corners to make it a tag, or round the corners to make it a... And then we can make a really cool pocket to put it in. Where's the other piece that I ripped this piece out? Or what was that? I don't know. Ooh, let's... Yeah, that would be a good pocket for this. Just gonna do our little gussety thing. Hopefully people will know what you do with it if they were to buy it or something. Oh my goodness. And a little bit on the bottom, a little bit on the bottom. And I think what I might do is alright. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I haven't got that far in my brain. I do want to reinforce this top piece and possibly have something coming over. Maybe not that though. Ooh, let's try. Kind of like the idea of this. Okay. Does it mostly go across? Yes. Alright, I'm going to fold that over. I'm going to ink this because, you know, it's grungy. Inking's not necessary, but preferred. I'm going to put that over the top like that. Glue this part on. Straight would be good. Hold on. Fold that so that I can know where to cut this bit off, because it's probably easier to do now than later. Alright, so this is getting glued on. Now, I like to leave my options open. That doesn't mean that I always use, you know, remember that they're there. You'll see this in an upcoming video where I make this journal base, right? And I have all these like pockets. And then when I go to make ephemera, I totally forgot about all the, oh my goodness, forgot about all the pockets. So, you know, there was that. I want that to be straight there. And then this. There. Finally. Okay. Now, why am I being all like that? Because this could be a little uptuck. No, it's not going to be an uptuck. We're just going to glue it down. So we could have just glued it down in the first place. That would have made life easier, but I'm not about making life easier, apparently. Why would I want to do that? Yeah, and now it's more grungy because I refolded it after I inked it and everything. That's what I did. That's what we do here. Make more work for ourselves. Make more work, but keep the old work. So if I don't end up editing this and taking out all the parts that could have gone faster, then you'll just hear silent parts. That's all. All right, so there's that pocket and that card. Do we want to add any stamping to it? Do we want to put our glue? I kind of want something here, but what? Oh, it doesn't have to be stamping. It could totally just be a little bit of this. And what I'll do with that is green. I want one that doesn't have a color on it, so like when I put black on it, it won't be the end of the world. Black. I had the black right here. Oh shoot. There might be a little bit of blue in this brush, who knows. You could do this with paint or ink or whatever. It just kind of is fun. And look at that. And then also can do it down here. This is a Messy Borders. I think it's the first one at PM Artist Studio. It's one of my designs. It's one of my favorite things. I use it for mark making a lot. It's mostly what I mean, you could make it borders, don't get me wrong, but also mark making is fun. And I purposefully made lines that were not perfectly straight. Nothing is perfect. It's perfectly imperfect. So like these are all wonky little shapes. That's why they were messy, because they're not perfect rectangles. But I mean, why would I do perfect rectangles? We want a little bit of fallen leaves, which probably also has a little bit of yellow back there. The oxide that's on there. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, just gonna come in there like that, a little bit like that. Just overlapping some patterns and whatnot, because I like polka dots. I think they can be in grunge, and these aren't perfect polka dots. These are awesome polka dots designed by Carrie Griffiths, aka Carrie the Crafter at pmartiststudio.com. I love how they're not perfectly aligned. I love the randomness of it. Okay, so I kind of like it like that. Do we have to put something on there? We don't have to. Can we? We could if we want to. But like I said, we don't have to. No, I don't know about that. Nope, not seeing anything which would float my boat at the moment. I mean, that's a mushroom. Actually, that's kind of not bad if I can find a mushroom top to go with it. Or a big weird flower. Oh, or an actual mushroom. Mushroom might be a little too big though. It definitely is too big. So this is my box of homemade focal points, whether I've used stamps or I've drawn them. They are, or apparently if there's a digital that just got put in the wrong place, that is also in there. Nice grungy pieces, or a piece of a mask that I saved from, this was from Patricia at PM Artist Studio. I had gotten a stencil stuck on this paper, and I did my best to cut out as what I could. Oh no, or the paper, I don't know, but anyway, that's what that's from, if you're wondering. What's this? It's a big weird looking leaf that I would probably, no, it's grunge on grunge on grunge. Sometimes it's a little much. What, a feather? Alright, it brings this sort of color over to here, but it doesn't show up too much either. That's a blue feather. Do we like blue on there? around because there's like a little bit of blue right there. All right, this is why this could work. I can't tell if that's blue or black. It's almost like that color blue, and then it's got that like weird orangey color in this feather, but it would need something under it, like some oh, what is the word that I want? Cheesecloth. Cheesecloth is the word that I want. It's the word that I want. That could work, or I could make one specially go on there. I could just overthink it. All right, so far that's what I like the best. With a little cheesecloth behind it would be good. Do I know where there's cheesecloth? I do. Theoretically. Theoretically, I do. But in reality, I don't. Oh, what about, no, not the lace. The lace won't work. Oh, paper bag. What about a little paper bag? Just some texture of some sort. Just some sort of texture, and not even on the whole thing, but, you know, off. Could even wrinkle that up a little bit. Kind of. Here it is. Fringe it up some more. Ink the edges. I don't even know if it's going to work yet, but you know, let's put all this work into it first and then decide if it's going to work. I think this is the other thing, part of this is going to actually be underneath. Alright, so when you can't find your cheesecloth, but you can find your, nope, it's going on this one. Yep, it's going on this one. Just for a little bit of texture. Actually, I do like that kind of peeking out like that. Alright. I don't hate it. Of course, that means that this side. You know what I want to do? It means I'm going to have to let it dry, though, before I can. And it means I'm going to get more stuff everywhere because I don't have a box here at the moment. You've just been waiting for me to do this, haven't you? You're like, you're doing grungy, lady. I'm just going to make sure that there's some coming out. Okay, I don't need it huge, but see how to do that the other day. Okay, here we go. That's better. There we go. And there. All right, that's got to dry. And if we did it on that, maybe we should also do it. Oh, spit out way too much. Okay. Love this. It's the whatever this is consistency is in there, it's what makes it happen, because these ones are not quite as thin, even though I added airbrush medium and I added GAC 800, and it's white acrylic ink with a little bit of Payne's gray in there. It is still does not, I say that and watch it like do it. It doesn't give me as big of a splatter, but it doesn't hurt my hands as much either. So there's that. And this is just the white ink, and by ink I mean I bought a big thing of ink, Daler-Rowney acrylic ink. I bought a big one so that I can play with it and figure out what works best for these. So let's see, maybe I want to do, ooh, actually I think I like the idea of a little bit of this. No, not, if I do blue I won't like it on there. Let's just do some black. Sure, why not? I also have some turquoise. It does get everywhere, just FYI. Whoops. Helps if you get it on the paper. I don't know. Who else has been obsessed with splatters since watching either me or Louisa Heinzel? She's got a Q&A, which is super helpful because that's where she tells you about doing this. Ooh. Let's see. Let's find another grungy one that we might want to. Well, That actually could use maybe a little bit of the turquoise. Also, nope, not that. I'm looking for just a piece of paper to put on all that wet paint. Okay. So this is a liquid turquoise, which also, okay, so I'm squeezing it to get as much into the top nip as I can. Okay, not bad. The wetter you can have it, the better. Come on. Anyway, but like I was trying to show you a second ago before I distracted myself, is you take your ink. This one is ground coffee, which I don't always like it sprayed, but it does work when you do this. So you take your thing and you soak it by tipping it like that. Now it's like really wet. Oh, and then you mess it up because there we go. That did a little bit better. There we go. See, look at that. Isn't that cool? All right. I got bigger splats with that. That is the secret to that happening right there. What about this one? Yep, let's do the ground coffee on this one. All right. Because it will always end up with splatters somewhere. If we can. I think this is the one that's discontinued. I don't know. Somebody was like, I love that color and it's discontinued. I'm like, it was a little orange for me. But when it's like all like this, it's actually not so bad. Also, I'm thinking, what about ground coffee? Like, once this is empty, I'll probably fill it just with like coffee, water, stuff, whatever. And use that. All right. Let's see. I do want to put one more, the cover on that. People get nervous when I have things open. I don't blame you. I truly do not blame you. I'm going to put, just want a lot of, pump it up, pump up the jam, pump it up. All right, 1, 2, just, I want more and more. I think because it's on, I knew where my blower was right now. It's all right. It'll work. It'll be fine. It's fine. It's sort of like the blue that's in the eggs, which is why I did that color. What else do we have up here? Ooh, that's got brown on it. Let's do the, now that we've closed it, can we get any more out of this? Ooh, yeah, we can. Look at that. Here we go. 3. Now it's porous paper, so it soaks right into there. So you want to make sure that it's not gonna stick when it dries. But there's like some shiny stuff in there. Did I mix some? Oh no, there was probably some shiny stuff on here at some point, possibly, potentially, is what happened with that. Now this leaf is going here. It's not dry yet. We don't care. We're just getting it on there. Otherwise, we're going to lose the leaf. I don't want to lose the leaf. And they'll be like, what happened to the leaf I was going to put there? I don't know what happened to it. But, you know, see the splatters behind the leaf kind of like made all the difference, kind of, sort of. Alright, I do kind of like this Barely Art glue. I have a little bit more time to work with it than I would say the art glitter glue. All right, I think I'm gonna dry these and be right back. I'm gonna ink this one too. Don't worry, I'm not gonna ink without you. I already did this once, but I just wanted to make sure that there was plenty on there. Love it. Do I want to do anywhere else? Actually, I might just be fine with that. Maybe. Nope, need more. That's good. I don't need them to all be the same size. But, you know, they say 3. And this will probably, it definitely came through over here. And will come through on some other places because this is porous paper. Let me dry it and BRB. Alright, and then I thought I'd show you real quick the difference. So these are a little bit glossy, kind of, sort of, the black. This was this. Right thumb. I could only find it in the black on Amazon. Maybe some other arty places have it. And then this is the ink, which was Dilutions ground coffee. Oh no, it's not the Dilutions ground coffee. That's being discontinued. It's the eyes ink one, I think. So yeah. All right. So see, we grunged them up with some splatters because why not? Because that's fun. This goes in here. Does that work? No, this is a pocket by itself. That's right. And this goes in here. Might be able to add a bird or something to that just because there seems to be, that still feels wet. Oh, and then I took some of the ink that was still on there to fill in the middle because I don't really love when there's like the big blank spot in the middle, which seems to happen with the inks to some degree. All right, and then we have this pocket, which nothing is in at the moment. And then we have this pocket, which this can go in. Some grungy. So we're just playing with digitals today. Did we do anything else today? That's not a digital, but you know, just made a pocket for that one. Oh, we could do, that's got that teal up here. Now you know why I made that color. I could put it on the pocket, but you know, I might not. I haven't decorated the pocket, just made pockets and added things to them. So these will eventually be either in my shop or in the live sale with in a Cheryl, the whole bucket. I don't hate that. I'll figure that out at some point. So yeah, that was that for today. And yeah, I might have to go back and edit some of those things to make them faster because this is a long video, or maybe I won't, because I just want to get it up there. Up there on the YouTubes. I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me.